What is good, everybody? It is May 11th, 2025. It's Mother's Day today. It's 5 p.m. It means it's time for Film and Box Office News Live with the Council of Comics. We're doing Aladdin today.
Yeah.
Back in 30 seconds. Yeah.
How about that, Mr. Doubting Mustafa?
Oh, you sure showed me. Now about my 3 wishes.
Dost mine ears deceive me? 3? You are down by 1, boy!
No, I never actually wished to get out of the cave. You did that on your own. Oh, well, I feel sheepish.
Brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the world's greatest comic book channel with the world's greatest comic book shows for the world's greatest comic book people trying to win the world's greatest monthly giveaway. Happy Mother's Day! Alright. Once I get started, I can't stop. As always, the loyal council, C Bizzle, Phil, green shirt guy, and our beloved.
You could say us exciting like that.
Right? Oh yeah, these guys.
It's like the excitement when we
For the
made
world's
this.
Comic book people also see this.
I should have said the world's greatest.
These guys are here to welcome.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone. How's everyone's Mother's Day going?
It's going great. The weekend's been great. So, and I'm going to see my mom right after this. Going to have some food with the family and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going out with Kamari and her mom. We're gonna go out to Little Din Din after the show.
Yeah, we've already cooked. I'm in the aftermath. I'm in the itis stage of Mother's Day. I ate. I'm already about to finish my second plate, so I'm in the itis stage.
I'm in post-itis. You know, so it's very weird. We had a big breakfast, but then she went out to have dinner with a friend, and then she called me from said dinner to be like, "I have lots of leftovers. Don't eat anything." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. I am in my car because my wife is doing an estate sale at her mother's house, who passed away last year, and we're going to dinner afterward.
Where are y'all going to dinner to?
I asked her where she wanted to go. She's like, "I haven't decided yet." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Let's see here. Who we got? We got a new one here. Card Toby. Oh, hey, boo. I was just looking for something to watch. Well, thank you for being here, Card Toby.
Toby is also Guadalajara Slots. So, howdy.
Well, whatever you want to call yourself today, welcome. Nathan and Ziana. I'm wondering if she's right there. Love y'all. Happy Mother's Day. Hope you gave your mother a big hug. Old Wolf 65 says happy day to all you mothers on this panel.
Tony.
Joseph Michaels says happy Mother's Day to those of you who still have your mom in your life. Make sure you hug them and love them for as long as you can. For those of us whose mom is gone, they are always in our hearts. Indeed,
Facts.
they are, my friend. Indeed, they are.
Those are facts.
And my video mentee, Jimmy Cooks, said, did y'all watch Thunderbolts? We sure did. We'll talk about that in a little bit, Jimmy. So just stick.
We finally all saw it.
No,
Steve Bizzle didn't see it, but he
Bizzle's
doesn't
still
mind. He
holding out.
doesn't mind.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind if we talk about it. So
Yeah, I don't mind.
all right, we got the world's greatest monthly giveaway. It's a May monthly giveaway. So we'll give you a first hashtag, and of course, it's Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Put that in the comment section, and we will spin for a duck very soon. And Phil is gonna give us that beloved box office that dropped from 140 million to
I'm actually
80
gonna
million.
show it. Let me share the screen right now.
Oh my goodness!
And we'll go like this. And honestly, just so we know, from like April 4th until this past weekend, the box office has been pretty decent.
Can you zoom in a little bit, Bill?
What's up? Oh yeah.
I'm 40. I'm 47. You know, my eyes are...
I'm on my phone in my car. Can we make it a little bigger?
That's another way of saying he's old too. All right.
I took my
April 4th.
Glasses.
All the way up until this, like last weekend, box offices cracked over 140 million each weekend.
Until this weekend.
Until this weekend, where the box office, the top 10 gross only made 79 million. Overall gross at the box office was 81. Let's check out what we got. Number one, Thunderbolts came in number one, making $33.1 million. We knew that drop was coming.
Man,
Sinners,
I mean, not as bad as the other
Sinners
drop.
is just
Sinners is killing it.
Sinners comes in with 21,100,000 this week as your number two movie. Minecraft movie makes another 7,950,000, and that brings its total up to 909 million. Do you guys think it has the other, 89 that it needs to be that billion?
Based on reactions, I would say yes. And it's so funny because it's absolutely not the movie of the year. If I'm going to call movie of the year right now, I'm calling Sinners. But statistically, it's kind of the movie of the year because like the money it's bringing in. But it's just because there's just so much fan service for those who've been dedicated to Minecraft, young and old. You can't.
I think it's
But are people seeing it 2 and 3 times?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I still haven't seen it.
If it rides through the summer, it'll make $1 billion.
Yeah. I mean, like you can't make 900 million anymore if people aren't going to see the movie 2 or 3 times. You know, it just can't happen.
I know Josh's family went to see it like a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the question. Do we think it'll make the $1 billion? It has 90 more to go.
Yeah, this movie came out with excellent word of mouth and everything.
So it has a climb though. That last 90 is going to be.
Well, I was going to say, what else does Warner Brothers have coming out? Maybe they'll just leave it in theaters because they.
What do you mean? They got Sinners right now. That's dropped in.
Well, but I'm saying that's for the Minecraft demographic that's going to compete.
Oh wow!
The Sinners is up to 283 worldwide. So the Sinners doing pretty decent.
And worth it.
Accountant number 2 comes in at number 4.
I do want to
Clown in the Cornfield. I'm sorry, Accountant number 2 made 6 million. 90.
What a wonderful adaptation of the novel. Great job. Love the casting. And it's a horror flick, right? But it's not very supernatural. Yeah, Clown in the Cornfield. So like this girl is
pretty good.
Yeah, this girl and her dad moved to this town, and like it's like, okay, this town, there's like a huge factory there that shut down, and like some of the old folks are like really resentful about the changes and the factory changing, and the youth are just like, okay, like what are we gonna do next, And the clown that starts killing the young people is the town mascot from when that factory was open, and it was like the best days of their life. So it like represents like the old versus the new and all of that stuff. And I'm just going to leave it with that. But yes, I highly recommend if you guys like horror, it's great. It had a special element in it that I really enjoyed, but that doesn't matter. I thought it was a great adaptation from the novel.
All right.
Is there a lot of jump scares in it?
Plenty, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I can't watch it.
Shadow Force comes in at 2,015,000.
What is Shadow Force?
Shadow Force is
from Lionsgate.
It's an Apple TV movie too.
And a strange couple with a bounty on their heads must go on the run with their son to avoid their former employer. A unit of shadow ops has been sent to kill them.
So it's similar to like
with Kerry Washington.
So fight or flight. number 7 made 2,001,000.
Mhm.
Until Dawn made
The video
2 million. Is that about the game?
Yeah, that's the video game.
All right.
There's live action of it.
The live action of the video game, a group of friends
Mhm.
trapped in a time loop where mysterious foes chase and kill them in gruesome ways.
Would
Must
you agree
survive
with me,
until-
Phil? This Until Dawn is a movie on its own. You don't need a live action.
So yeah, I never played the game, so I actually never
okay.
played it. The Amateur comes in at number 9, making 1,100,000. In number 10, The King of Kings made 680,000.
You know, why do I feel like I actually have heard of Until Dawn, right? And and it's actually getting some decent reviews. And the cast is all young and beautiful. That's always a plus. But like Shadow Force has Kerry Washington, Method Man, Mark Strong, and I have never heard of this movie. The reviews are trashing it. Like what happens out here? Like what is going on out in the what is happening in the movie community?
Well, you know, when movies, when they tend to not be quote unquote good to test things, they cut back on that budget for promoting it.
I know, but I mean, this is bad. Like I'm
it's like
sad for Kerry Washington. Like,
it's like Ironheart. Ironheart drops next month. Have you seen one trailer for it?
No, that's so ridiculous too, because they know people are dying for it. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know? But now
Well,
I
I'll
want to
do
go
you
see
one better.
Shadow Force.
Shawshank Redemption got no pub, tanked in the tanked in the theaters. Gets bought by Turner Classic or Turner whatever media at the time as a property, and it's made its money hand over fist on cable. And everybody, it's regarded as one of the top 10 movies of all time, but did nothing in the theaters.
So I'm gonna try to put an effort. Since Marvel don't want to promote Ironheart, I'm gonna go through my social medias and try to pump it out.
I didn't even know it was coming out next month.
Yeah, there might be a reason they're not trying to. I'm a little now skeptical. Yeah.
I hope it's good though. I hope it's.
I mean, if they do Riri like they did in the Black Panther movie, it won't be.
You got Anthony Ramos in it, and I'm cheering for him. He's a great actor. So we'll see. What else?
I don't know if y'all heard the latest rumor, and you know I don't love rumors, but it's interesting to note. The latest rumor is that Vision Quest will be the final MCU series tied to the films.
The final series tied to the films.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how smart that is.
I don't know.
Yeah,
well, I don't.
You...
I think abandoning those connections is a bad idea.
Yeah.
But if they're
100%.
gonna soften up on the shows, right, and focus more on the movies and not hit us with 5 movies a year, I can understand if that's part of their tactic.
I mean, yeah, but if you look, the reason why the DC universe isn't cohesive is because of their TVs and movies aren't really as connected as they could be.
Yeah.
Whereas the MCU, everyone knows that if I watch this, it's connected somewhere, and at some point they're going to cross.
Well, listen, I'll defend it because honestly, Thunderbolts wouldn't be as good as it is if we didn't have Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You know,
the connectivity is not the problem. That's why I look at it. I'm like, connecting the stuff is not the problem. Connecting it well is the
connecting
problem.
it well, and I'm sure budgeting. You know, look at Hawkeye. Hey, come back for season 2 for half the price.
Yes.
Well,
we
we talked about that in the chat when that came out, and I'm not trying to defend Marvel completely. Let me just put that out there. But if I really think what's going on behind the scenes is they expect these movies all to make $800 million, $900 million, and when it comes back and makes 400, it's way below what they're expecting, and they put all this money out. So now they're going, we got to cut the budget somewhere. Well, we want to do this series, but can we do it for less than we paid last time? Let's see if we can get these actors to come back and take less. And to their credit, they're like, no, why would I do that?
But Haley Seinfeld signed on for it, and I think she's getting good money for it.
Well, she's the star, so they probably didn't cut her budget. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Whereas
because
Renner is the best as a supporting role.
I guess I'd have to see how much they were paying him for the first season. You know what I mean? Like,
also, because they're really trying to push the new champions.
100%.
Yeah.
They want to get the younger age.
That's
superheroes.
to me, and I love him to death. But to me, it's like you're asking Wong to come back for another movie, another Doctor Strange, but you ask him to take less. Yeah, that makes sense because he's not the main character. You're not going to ask Cumberbatch to do it because he's the main character.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
but
the one
also,
bringing the money.
like, how much are you going to give Wong to do? Like, Wong had plenty of action in Multiverse of Madness, you know? So if I'm going to ask him to come back for less, then you got to understand, you're not going to be in much of the movie versus Multiverse of Madness, where he actually participated in quite a bit of the movie.
there's actually one untitled movie left. I don't know if they're just going to wipe that from the schedule, but there's one movie in between Doomsday and Secret Wars, besides Spider-Man, that they have not named that's supposed to come out.
Oh,
I'm hoping that if they're really sticking to a greater master plan, that once we see Doomsday, that mystery movie will then be revealed.
Yes. Which I think it might be Doctor Strange, in my opinion. It might be Doctor Strange. Because he plays a big role in the Secret Wars, so maybe it's the lead up, like the things we don't see in the background, because he's not supposed to be that much in Doomsday, only a little bit.
We'll see about that because they have a funny way of adapting things from the comic to the movie, and it just never seems to. Like Captain America is not a central figure of the Infinity Gauntlet, and yet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he got to be all up in the face. In
the other last thing, Snow White went to like 1,000 more theaters, and he brought in 335 million. Number 13, but that came out worldwide 202 million. And I kind of want to say you made your money on that.
But go back and look at that. Hold on, go back to the last one because I was looking at that while you got earlier. It went in 1,000 more theaters, but look, it made an average of $251 per theater for the week.
Yeah.
So how many people went to see that? Let's say it's a $10 average ticket.
Yeah.
25 people went to go.
I absolutely do not understand.
Like, what are we
Disney,
doing here?
And by the way, everyone wants to blame that girl, because of her tweets and she can't act. But I have seen that movie, and the person who cannot act in that movie is Gal, and that's the biggest disappointment. That girl actually delivers just fine as Snow White.
And Phil,
but she's not.
Still comes out.
Their budget, I think their budget was about 200 million on this, so they're gonna lose money on this.
I think it was like 180.
They're gonna lose money on it. They just need to have people sign on for movies and be like, "Hey, from this date to this date, keep your mouth shut completely."
That would help. Here's the other thing, right? It's Snow White, and don't get all hot and bothered. She could put in a Meryl Streep performance. She's not white. She's not Snow White. The title makes no sense. And then she's not better looking than Gal Gadot.
Wait, what do you mean?
Gal Gadot character's supposed to be jealous.
I don't think Snow White means she's white.
Snow White. It was called Snow White because of her skin. That's why she was called Snow White.
I can see that.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't. Normally I don't even care. But her.
Thank you.
Like, it would be. We're gonna all of a sudden have Benedict Cumberbatch be the new Black Panther.
I feel like that's a much further extreme.
That's a big
But
issue.
that said, I've seen the movie. She was great. And also, in an idyllic world, everybody should be able to play anybody. But, I don't know if we're ever going to get there.
Yes, Snow White's budget. Snow White budget was 209.
Yeah.
Okay, so they still haven't made their budget back. Plus, they spent money on marketing.
Yeah, marketing is usually double. So
Well, maybe not in this case because
Maybe
they
not in
did
this
pull
case,
back.
but-
'cause
Yeah, they cut it short.
We cut that marketing off. Like,
Yeah.
what else? we got
last
here?
movie, Alan Swift Horses, made $6 million.
$6,000.
Yeah, $6,000. Sorry,
They take $6 million though.
they would.
I got a comment here from Jimmy Cook. Sinners was a good movie, but I actually went in to watch it without knowing it was a vampire movie. So you probably
Hey,
can
you
see
ruined
how
it for
that
me. I
took
haven't
me
seen
by
that.
surprise when people start getting eaten. For sure.
Yeah,
Hey, spoiler alert!
yeah.
Oh, Kamari's in the house. Thank you for being here. Christina Payne's in the house. Thank you for being here. Oh, Ron Hubbard's in the house. Thank you for being here. I figure I'll run through these during instead of after doing. All right. Let's spin for our first deck of the night. Thank you, Phil, for that wonderful box office.
Yep.
You got 15 seconds to put Happy Mother's Day into the comments. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. All right, who's going to win the first deck of the night, ladies and gentlemen? Clifford!
I believe it.
Woo! I love to pick. Love it. Let's see who's out there. Let's see.
What up, Black Spiders? Thank you for being here.
See, people tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Black Spiders!
Black Spider?
Black Spiders it is.
All right, Black Spiders. You're
I
in
like
there.
how people say congratulations, Cliff. I'm like, I can't be entered into this. It's for me to choose one of you.
They're being positive, Clifford. They're being positive.
Well, that's lovely. Maybe because
Uh,
because it makes them happy to see me happy that I get to pick. I don't know.
Next hashtag is Major Look. Major Look. Make sure you put that. I got it in a banner at the bottom. We are part of this wonderful Sunday lineup, ladies and gentlemen. At 9:30 a.m. Sunday comic book hangover show. What happened at 10:45 was Bleecker Street Comic Book Church. At 5 o'clock, it was, well, is going on right now. It's us, the Council of Comics. 5:30 will be still 35 cents. At 6 p.m. will be the Sunday Super Show. Then at 8:30 p.m. will be at Week's End. And at 9 p.m., a good friend, Black Crown Comics. So make sure you go and watch all those shows after these. Okay?
If you love my Mother's Day theme on the thumbnail,
Yes, it was lovely, Clifford. It was.
Was that
lovely.
last one Quinones?
the last one being
It looked like it was a
Fantastic
Aunt
Four?
May, I think.
No.
No,
Oh,
I think
Aunt
it's
May.
Aunt May.
Aunt May. Yes.
All right.
Good moms.
Andor had episode 7, 8, 9.
I'm out of this conversation.
Mm,
I like that. Thumbs up.
Super
So
thumbs
good.
up. Oh,
Even though
my
I was like
goodness.
screaming, like take the shot, and he doesn't. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that was
Yeah.
like,
it's just so well. Like,
it reminded me a little of Les Mis at that one part too, where they got the barricades going on and
Mhm.
the crowd is singing.
I
Well,
like
I
how the
just
guy
love-
is on his side, the hotel guy.
Yeah.
But then I thought to myself, well, it isn't called Star Protest, so let's get on with it.
Right. Well, I just love that we were introduced to all these characters, save the ones that didn't come back this season, last season. And everyone's story advances. It's not like we're focusing on 3 and then all these tertiary characters. Everybody's story you find out more about.
Yeah, even one that
Even
was
Cyril's story is the most interesting.
Oh, yeah, we saw an end to Cyril, but
that was a good ending. And I
Yeah.
kind of had a feeling that it's coming. I just didn't know. I thought
Yeah.
Andor was going to be the one to do it because he didn't take the shot.
Yeah, and Andor's like, who's this guy beating the mess out of me? Like, I don't even know who this guy is. Who are you?
Purely by luck, they run into each other. Really.
Yeah. Oh, and Cyril's scene
there.
with Dedra. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. When he walks in there, when he's got it figured out, was wild. This is not. You should attack and be physical with women, but she's clearly the alpha in that relationship.
Yeah.
And then when he puts his hands around her neck, she suddenly realizes, oh, I am vulnerable. I don't really control everything.
I like that part.
Yeah,
It was wild. You're
that
hurting me.
that was great acting too, because through the whole series she's had such a strong hold, but in that moment she looked like she wanted somebody to help her so bad.
I'll throw you off this.
Yeah.
What's the
their
line?
relationship is such a bizarre dynamic from season 1 anyway. You know,
Yeah.
like both of them have a tremendous acting challenge in this series because their characters are very outside of everything else. You know, their characters have a particular focus, a particular idea of composure. You know, Cyril is definitely more obsessive than her. Like, it's just really, really, really interesting.
But I also thought, like, Cyril, what did you
ambitious.
think the Empire was gonna do? Like, he was very naive to the fact that he thought that he's just gonna do his little thing, and that the Empire wasn't gonna twist it. I thought that was pretty naive of him.
Well,
He
you know,
thought
there's
that they
lots
were
of
planning-
people like this who believe that, who are like that all the time.
Yeah.
I honestly really thought that his job was to help to just crush that rebellion before it started. Not, we're using this to go farther.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in his mind, I might be doing something a little shady, but I'm doing it so that the Empire can just be the Empire. It's wild to me that they both work for the Empire, and they both want to see the Empire succeed, but their motivations are completely different.
Yeah.
Like, she's fully invested, whereas he's like, I'm kind of in it for myself.
Yeah, well, no, he was brainwashed in what the Empire is supposed to represent. She absolutely understands what the Empire is, and she's just in because she's like,
100%.
For her, it's like the world. She goes, the life is full of losers and winners. I want to be on the winning team. That's like her perspective, and like
I
his
read that
perspective.
Correct.
Yeah.
I read that this broke canon. Like, I read that Andor broke canon with the origin of the battle droid.
Of the KS-2O droids?
Yeah, yep.
How
What was
so?
it?
There was like
Was
a
it
comic that kind of explained
Oh,
the
yeah.
origin, and like this did not do it.
Yeah, they
Was it
say
a
the
Marvel
comic
comic that
canon, but
explained
they'll do away with the comic if they have to. They always do that.
Yeah.
What is this? Nathan said, Theo, do you like Star Wars? Do I like Star Wars?
Of
Oh,
course.
kid, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about, kid.
I could just picture you sitting with your nephew and being like, picture it a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
All right, Nathan, we're going to start with The Acolyte. It's not the best show, but it's the beginning of
Don't
the
start with
timeline.
Acolyte. Watch good Star Wars.
No, you gotta-
Treat him the way we were treated. Just start with A New Hope and keep riding.
and maybe don't show him 1, 2, and 3.
I'll
Or
see if
show
he's
him-
seen it.
or
If he
watch
hasn't
him
seen
machete
any of
order.
them, we'll start with 4, 5, 6 because I want that.
Or
I
watch
want
him in
that
machete
middle.
order.
Machete order. I haven't seen
Look it up.
Machete.
There's a one that's called machete order where it's like 4, 5, and then I think you bounce to 2, and then it's like you bounce back and forth.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an interesting order, and if you read the article, it makes sense why you would do it. That way.
This right here, Bix. The Bix story threw me for a loop right there because if she's gone for the rest of the show, that means she's alive when Andor dies. So
Maybe.
you know what I mean. But I think she
Yeah.
might come back. I think she might come back at the end.
I don't
That's
know
a
because
very
she
loose.
says
That's a very loose end to leave out there. Very loose string.
Foley says that I'll come back when this is all over. So I think what you're seeing in the show is obviously Andor, so it's supposed to mostly be about him. I think what you're seeing is he's losing everybody in his life over the course of these 2 seasons, in one way or another. They don't have to necessarily die. He's losing, but he's investing himself in the rebellion. And so when we get to Rogue One, where he says, I've given everything, what have you given to Urso? He really has given everything.
Yeah. What was the other thing? I forgot. Oh, we got to see KS, the droid. That's going to be his partners coming at the end. So he'll be in the next arc of this.
So great.
There was something else about the show.
Well, there's him getting Mon Mothma out of the Senate.
Yeah.
And
that was cool.
And she's just the 2 times he shoots someone, she freaks out. He's like, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, okay, but would you like them to take you then? Like, what are we doing?
I actually like the part where she's at the safe house with him.
Yeah.
And she thanks him, and like this is like the first time they've really like met each other in the whole show. So I like that.
Yeah, and I remember now. The first season and beginning of this season, what made you think that Luthen was responsible or is in charge of the rebellion, but he's actually another Splinter squadron. He's like another Splinter. He's not really with the rebellion.
Yeah,
they've kind of broken off from him because of his the way he handles things. They don't like it too much. So,
and to think he's more sensible.
Yeah.
Well, and Yavin is fully up and running in this.
Yeah.
How about the guy that sends him on the mission to kill Urso in Rogue One? Basically says to him, "You can't just come and leave. You're part of us now." He's like, "Well, if that's the case, I'm out."
Yeah. And then the ending where she does her speech, and the last word she says is like Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
That kind of sparks the whole where we're headed, because next week is 1 year before BBY. So I hope we're not gonna get it, but I would want a glimpse of Vader and the Emperor. I'd want some kind of glimpse of them.
Maybe. I mean, we got it in Rogue One, and that was kind of one of the hottest parts of Rogue One. When you saw that lightsaber pop up and heard the breathing, you were like,
all I want is a scene where Krennic has to go before the Emperor and Vader right there. That's all.
Yeah.
You know
What's wild too, though, when you think about that lightsaber scene in the timeline, how much farther past that lightsaber scene is the Obi-Wan Vader scene, and that's 2 old men who can barely hold up lightsabers. But yet, not too much, maybe a few weeks beforehand, he's throwing people around like it's, the ragdolls.
Yeah.
He throws them around like a ragdoll. Cool. Yeah, it's not too long.
Joseph Michael says, Bix died in the older Star Wars comics. She was on what was left of Jedha, where Luke, Leia, and Han met us with her and found out about Jyn Erso. And maybe that's the old comics. Maybe that's not canon, but we'll see. All right, and then real quick, Tales of the Underworld. Anybody watched it?
I haven't watched it yet.
Only watched 2.
I didn't even hear about it till you guys mentioned it.
So great. It shows how Saj Ventress survives after the novel and goes on. And then it also shows the origin of Cad Bane. And it's really, really good. It's in Clone Wars animation style. They're shorts. They're about like 12 minutes a piece. They're pretty good. So check those out if you have a chance. All right. Let's get our second duck. Major look. You got 15 seconds to put it in the comment section. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And then Cliff, get ready for some announcements. 4, 3, 2, 1, and draw. Oh, Nathan! You're in there, kid. You're in that giveaway. Excellent. Congratulations. Next one up is New Avengers. New Avengers. Put the banner down at the bottom. And then Clifford, you may do what you're going to do.
Doing all the things. Well, I'm gonna kick it off with our good Canadian friend, Matt Likes Comics. Go check him out. He's got a Sunday night Superman show that I have yet to be on. But no, he's great. He's got great guests on. Of course, they talk about collecting, and they really know their stuff on the pickups that they've had. So go give him some love. Also, while we're traveling the world, let's give some love to Peter over at Triple G Comics. He's actually live now with their top 5 toy pickups of 2025 so far. But he's got a lot of great shows. He's got an interview series. He's got a weekly Saturday series. It is a Saturday. I'm trying to think of the time zone, but he's got a weekly Saturday series, with his boys, and it's just really great. And it's nice to hear his views on collecting coming from across the pond. And very importantly, K-pop junkie, who I did not get an update on this morning and did not make it into our Sunday lineup thumbnails, but she's got a live stream tonight at 7 p.m. with panels, the Comic Creators Guidebook. They've got a Kickstarter. Head over there at 7 p.m. Go show K-pop some love. Mm-hmm. And last but certainly not least, if this actually works out, a quick shout out to Legion of Comics. His at Weekend at 8:30 tonight, also part of the Sunday lineup. But you should check out his other stuff because he's got a live Legion Later hangout Friday mornings. He's got his Tuesday DC Day wrap up, so he does a giveaway of DC books every single Tuesday. So go show him some love. We appreciate him. And that's it for our sponsors. Our non-sponsors. That's it for our shout-outs. What am I saying?
You muted.
Sam just muted.
Yeah, Sam muted.
Yeah, are you not doing the other ones, or?
What? Oh, what? Ours? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're here too.
Oh, and those guys.
I was like, oh, and these other people. I'm sorry.
Got the Sam disease.
Oh my gosh.
Sam disease.
Well, we're back. Yeah, Cliff Comics. Go check me out. I've got live Saturdays or Fridays or whatever the heck it is. This month it's mostly Fridays, and we're going to end the month with a Saturday morning with Sam. So all this month I'm having council members join us, and I might have a special person join us for Sea Bizzles because Sea Bizzles having me go on at 11:30 at night. And on top of that, he's returning to the show. And you know the rules. If you return to my show and it's not an emergency, then that means I got to sneak in another guest. So who am I going to surprise Sea Bizzle with? You're just going to have to find out.
I don't even know.
He certainly does not. He certainly does not. All right. What else do we got here?
Wait, do I have to bring the cocktail?
Yes. I'm going to make it. You just tell me what you have in the house, and we'll build it around that. Do you have gin in the house?
No, if I can get it.
Okay, because I did whip up an X-Gene cocktail. I thought that would have been fun for you.
Okay.
Right.
I'll let you know because I'm actually stopping by the store this Wednesday.
Oh, Don, I talked about all the bad moms in comics.
Yes. Oh my God, Phil, great show, and of the people who've watched it, I've gotten a lot of feedback where they really enjoyed you. So, bravo. Jesus Brooklyn with a super chat. Happy Mother's Day. Well, happy Mother's Day to you, sir. Let us reward that super chat.
Who's
All right,
coach.
A coach. What do you call it?
Utility belt.
No, it's not Coach. It's a different. It's anyhow, but yeah, it was a brand she was associated with. So yeah, everything in the advertisement is part of that
Or
brand.
Louis Vuitton. When I said Coach, I meant to say Louis Vuitton. I'm sorry.
Yes, I think it's all Louis Vuitton. I'll go look it up again if I ever care, but it's just funny because it's Sydney Sweeney. But anyhow, look, the Council of Comics are home where you can pick us 3.5 times a week and live. Sundays with the box office at 5 p.m. Eastern. Mondays with New Keys and Hot Comics at 8 p.m. Eastern. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern for our live hangout. Plus, you get New Comic Book Day, which is back to a serialized event on Wednesdays. And every other Thursday, you get Fill in the Blanks with C Bizzle and Green Shirt Guy. So if you are not, for some reason, subscribed, or maybe YouTube kicked you out, get back in there and show us some love. And of course, last but not least, for the freaking thing, C Bizzle.
Maxing and relaxing. When you're not maxing or relaxing.
Oh my God, we really can get there. We can really get there.
I do need a theme song.
We will be this Thursday. Me and C Bizzle.
Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna make it happen. All right, Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle. Our dear friend and council member, C Bizzle, take it away, sir.
I'm that friend from the West. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing to my channel, liking and commenting. I really do appreciate you guys so much. Every Monday, I drop my 3 books that I'm most hype about for New Comic Book Day. Also, on my channel, last week, I did my first ever solo live show. There will be more to come. It was a 3-hour show for Free Comic Book Day. I had an awesome time. I want to thank all the council members that stopped by as my guests for my first ever solo. I appreciate you guys so much. Also, John Comics, he stopped by. Everybody that stopped by the table. 3 Good Nerds actually was there. So I appreciate them as well. Check it out. I had a fun time doing the solo live. And like I said, you can catch me here with the Council of Comics every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and alternating Thursday. This coming Thursday, me and Green Shirt Guy will be here for Fill in the Blanks. We'll be drawing Transformers. We got the host of hosts, Sam, will be our host for that night. And I want to thank you guys so much.
And neither of us know what to draw for Transformers.
No, we don't.
It's gonna be great. You're gonna do great.
It's gonna be
kids.
fabulous. It's gonna just be fabulous. All right, thank you, Clifford. That was wonderful.
I'm glad they had confidence in
You know, you're not going to do
I
Shockwave? You got a
love
whole
it.
shrine of
I love
Shockwave there. And
Yeah, it's all well and good until you're the one drawing it.
All right, 15 seconds on the clock. Put New Avengers in the comment section, and we will give you a duck if you win.
I'm just gonna draw Howard the Duck.
13,
There
12,
you go.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
That's
5,
all silhouette.
4, 3, 2, 1. Draw! Round and round it goes. Right lands, no one on the council knows. But if you win, you'll get a ticket to the really big show. Oh, it's C Bizzle.
I got the ticket. Oh, I gotta give
You have the power.
Dang it.
Who shall it be?
There's somebody here I have not seen before. Who is Card Toby?
Guadalajara slot.
Oh, that's the same person. Oh, that's what you said. Let's give him the duck.
Wait a minute. Where's my notes?
What you got? You know what you could do? Draw Jeff while holding Megatron's gun.
That's not bad. It's not bad. I feel like you just draw Jeff as Megatron.
Yeah.
Which one? Who did you say?
Draw
Jeff
as
Blanchard.
Oh,
No. For the winner.
Card Toby.
Card Toby.
Card underscore Toby.
AKA Guadalajara slots. He wrote okay.
Last hashtag of the night is going to be good teenagers. Is going to be worth 2 ducks tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be worth 2 ducks. 2 of them. So get it into the comments section. It's at the bottom with a banner. And let's get into our movie of the week. We are doing
Sinners.
Oh.
Look at that, man. Look at that.
Phil, he's a disc over there. The reason why
it's too far off.
This is a Robin Williams movie. One of his greatest voiceover achievements. It came out in 1992. It was directed by Ron Clements and John Musker. And it's just a Disney classic, man.
I had one question because it's an aspect ratio question for how you guys watched the movie. Like the aspect ratio from when this went to laser, like when it got released, they made it on a certain aspect ratio, and they cropped it up for the theatrical release. And when it got onto Laserdisc, they gave you the original aspect ratio again. And it wasn't until the 4K release that you got the original aspect ratio. So my question was, especially if you watched it on Disney Plus, did it have the original aspect ratio? So did you have the lines on the top of the screen, or did you have them on the sides? Is the question.
Top. Mine was letterbox.
Okay. It would have been how they did it. So.
Yeah, I had letterbox for Disney Plus.
Okay.
I think I'm the same way. Let me go back.
And I only watched it on Disney Plus because I was here, so I downloaded it to my iPad so I could take it with me.
Oh, okay. No, that was the question. Is how Disney Plus showed this movie.
Yeah, it's letterbox. But I think I have a DVD of it from when it came out, and I think that's.
So you see, Vizsla, you got the original one too, the widescreen on the side.
On the sides, yeah.
That's the original.
I think my DVD at home is the full screen cut, but yeah.
They almost had me because they had Aladdin 1992, then 2019 right next to it. I was like, which one are we supposed to watch again?
Right?
Oh, definitely.
The bars are on the sides on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's on the sides. Yeah.
All right. So if it's on the sides, you got the original, like the negative aspect ratio. And if it was across the top letterbox, then it was it was like the more like the theatrical ratio. Just like an interesting note though, but they didn't really give you that again until it came out on 4K. Disney gave the goods when it came.
Robin Williams is the reason why I watched this, why I picked this, because his performance vocally in this is just it's legendary. I think. Like, even watching it again, the movie still has it. Still has it when I was watching it.
So, I mean, I don't remember from at the time, but he basically, like, it was not like they wrote lines for him and said, "Hey, go into the booth and say this." They just kind of went, "Okay, we're going to tape you for like 3 hours and then make a movie out of that." So there's
he's also the voice of like the merchant at the very beginning. Besides Genie.
Mario pointed that out to me.
Yeah, he's the voice of the merchant at that very beginning scene, and he's also like the genie.
And I said this last week: the voice of Steve, or the voice of Aladdin, is Steve from DJ's boyfriend from Full House.
Oh,
that's right.
And as he pointed out, he was only main cast for 1 year.
For one season, and then he comes back for one episode the following year, and then he's gone. You never see him again.
He comes back as recurring. Like he's in a couple of episodes.
No, a high school relationship. What do you want?
What are some moments from this movie, guys? What are some moments for you in this movie?
So, you want the green shirt guy moment? Because I told you there's going to be at least one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, they're in the streets or whatever on the run. And, Jasmine's pretending to be a street urchin or whatever you want to call it. They run into the guards. And, look, a street mouse. And she says, unhand him, and then flips her hood off. and all of a sudden they realize who she is. So the hood, like, what kind of Clark Kent nonsense is that? You knew you recognized her face. Like, come on.
It's the world of Disney.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I enjoyed the movie. That one was like, wait a second.
That's their only green shirt guy moment.
That was that. Did you notice when he makes the wish to become the prince, and then he's changing a boo to different modes of transportation? One of them was a car.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, well, that wasn't invented yet, but it's fine.
I think around that time he also pulls like Sebastian from The Little Mermaid out. Like,
oh yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when Aladdin says he will free him, he's like, I've heard that before, and his head turns into Pinocchio for a few seconds.
Yeah. Yup.
I love those little nods.
A lot of like little like Easter eggs in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like Frozen.
What was there? There were some moments though. There were some moments in here though.
I like that. I thought the CGI.
The guy who got the beetle thing is like, I had to slit a couple throats to get it, but I was like, whoa, Disney.
Hey, yo.
The CGI with the Temple of the Wonders, that I thought held up very, very well all these years.
It did
later.
look good, yeah. Yeah.
Is that honestly, CGI or just real good animation?
Well, they were always cutting edge with this back then.
Yeah. I can't tell you what happened since then, but yeah.
I miss
I mean,
these. I
really love
these
movies. I mean, I just really love the cavern and the escape and everything.
Oh, it's great action. It is a great action sequence.
You got amazing action there.
What amazed me in this too is the acting, if you will, by the Rug is so well done. Like, whoever animated that knew what they were doing, because when he kind of yells at him and he slowly kind of hunches over and walks away, you're like, oh, the Rug said, but it's a rug, so there shouldn't be any emotion, but you fully get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the music in this is really good. Like
the whole new world won an Oscar.
Yeah.
So it got the Oscar for the song. And like that kind of brought me back to like Disney. Like, we haven't had like a great Disney song since like Let It Go. But like before, during this time period of Disney, like every one of these movies had a song on like the radio.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this was a whole new world.
And side note, this is the first Disney movie that a Disney princess did not wear a dress.
Yep.
Jasmine wore pants.
Yep.
That's true. Did she wear a dress at the end though? They were getting married.
I don't
Did
think
she have a wedding dress on or something?
No, I don't think so.
Like, I miss these animated movies. Like, I know they're trying to get more modern with the CG animation, but there's just something about 2D drawing animation when you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
That really lets your imagination like get into it, you know. I think they should go back to trying to do this. I don't know why they left it.
It's cheaper to do it on computers.
Yes.
And as it is, they don't pay anybody properly anyway.
True. It's still cheaper to do it on computers though.
Yeah.
This is also the era for my hashtag of animators sneaking dirty jokes into their movies.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Did you catch the one from this movie?
There actually was more, and they actually trimmed it down.
So in this movie, what the balcony scene when the tiger attacks him, which tigers are jungle creatures while it's in the desert, but I'll move on. When the tiger attacks him, if you listen very carefully, she says, "No, Raja." In the background, you hear, "Good teenagers, take off your clothes."
Well, I think in that part of the world, a lot of them have tigers. Not whether that they're from that area. They usually get them shipped in.
I get it. He's a sultan, so I moved on. I'm just saying.
Yeah. This movie, it just brought back nostalgia. Like Little Mermaid and Aladdin are one of my favorite animated movies, and I think I saw this in the theater.
I saw this.
I think I remember seeing this in the theater, and it just had everything. It had a good story. It had good voice acting. It had Robin Williams. It had the sad moments. It had those moments where he didn't want to give his last wish up for the genie. It had a good villain. And what was the villain's name? Jafar. And Iago is this classic.
Iago's great.
Side. Yeah, Iago's great.
No, I
Gilbert
stick the
Gottfried.
crackers down his throat.
It was really good. Anything else? Any moments that you liked in this movie?
It was funny that what Grincher guy says about what the animators snuck in. I was a teenager during this time. I was 13 years old when this movie came out.
First time I saw this, saw a lot of this, was at the what happened was it came out, when 92, and it came out on video in 93, and it came out 2 weeks after Mortal Kombat came out for the 16-bit consoles. And Suncoast Video at the mall had the Super Nintendo with Mortal Kombat in there. So I had cut school one day, and I remember going to the video store and just playing Mortal Kombat all day. And this was on repeat the whole time I was at the video store, just playing Mortal Kombat.
Wasn't
I don't know
there
who
an
worked at the
Aladdin
video
game?
store, but he came over. He saw me play Mortal Kombat for 2 hours. Came over, grabbed the second controller, whooped my butt real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
an
in
Aladdin game, no?
What's up?
Yeah,
An Aladdin
there was.
game as well.
It was Aladdin game.
Yeah, there's Aladdin game.
Yeah.
There's also, and out of this movie, I don't know if you guys ever seen the play. I went with Kamari to see the play Aladdin. That is a phenomenal play. If you ever get a chance to watch it on Broadway, it's just a great play. And they also have the live action, which had Will Smith as the genie.
Oh yeah.
My
was-
son saw it. They didn't love it.
I wasn't too big of a fan of
I
it.
didn't see that one actually, and it was.
It's basically this, but live action and Will Smith.
And then
doing
there's
it.
a romance for the genie crammed into it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so they added a servant girl, and she's just there for the genie to have a subplot, so that when everyone gets a happy ending, Genie gets a happy ending with her too, which lends to foreigners thinking that Americans are obsessed with happy romantic endings, and honestly, I can't blame them anymore.
Well, here's the thing: Genie's happy ending in this story is that he's free.
Yeah.
He also has
Right,
to have
that
a
should
love
be
interest.
enough. That should be enough. No, it's Will Smith. We got to give him a story, baby.
I almost feel like maybe he's you got to give me more. But
That could very well be true, but whatever. The movie version of this is actually one of the better movie versions.
Yeah, I remember when this came out because it was right after, I think this came out in June or July of
It
'92.
came out 92.
it was summertime. I
Christmas
remember
time.
that.
I think
Oh,
so.
Christmas
I think
time.
yeah, it came out.
Was it
time.
Christmas? I thought it was okay.
I thought it was summer too. So also during this year is when the '92 Olympics with the Dream Team.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 92 just had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My last point for this movie will be Ezra Bridger. This was the model for Ezra Bridger, was Aladdin.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So you can definitely
Okay.
see it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the one.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's you. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say one of the things that I don't know why it popped into my head while watching this time. There's different, not tropes, but different similarities between cultures around the world. There's this thing that happens, and then there's these cultural stories that are very similar, different parts of the world. Why is it that in I guess Arab world may not be the best way to say it, but in that culture is the only one where we have magic carpets? Why is there no other culture around the world that has some kind of flying device as part of their, innate mythology?
Well, China does.
Do they have flying carpets in China?
Yes, because the story of Aladdin originally takes place in China. Although when it was written, it still had Arabic influence. So there's a lot of Arabic names and everything. And a French woman translated it for 1001 Arabian Nights. And then, of course, we all know that version. But the Chinese version, like, there's two genies. There's one in his ring, and there's one in the lamp. And the villain is his uncle, or a magician, a sorcerer posing as his uncle. So, like, it's and you know, the only reason I know this much about it is when I was a little kid, before Disney ever released Aladdin, there was a puppet movie of Aladdin that I watched with all of these details in it.
Very nice. All right, let's get some numbers here. We'll start with C Vizzle.
I gotta start with me. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Sam, I'm literally just joking. Don't beat me up like you did last time. This was a great movie. Touched all the nostalgia buttons of mine. The theme song of this film was, I believe, it was the first Disney film to win a Grammy for Best Song of the Year. So that alone for the soundtrack, I love the soundtrack for this. Robin Williams, fantastic job as the genie. I'm gonna have to give this film 8.5.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. Phil?
You know, I'm a little bit partial to this in Little Mermaid. So I'm giving this, and I enjoyed watching this again. It looks great still. It sounds great. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm giving this a 9.
Ooh, 9. Very nice.
And side note, this is more upbeat than the last film last week. I just want to put that out.
Far more upbeat. Far more.
I'm taking you on a roller coaster. Take you on a roller coaster ride.
It's on you, Cliff.
Yeah, like Phil, I have a special place in my heart for this and The Little Mermaid. Like Steve Vizzle, I felt this movie has aged like a fine wine. I am also gonna go. Not to mention, you got this wild ass gay ass villain too. But like, I am gonna go with an 8.5.
And Green Shirt Guy.
All right, so you guys are gonna hate me. I like this movie, so this is not my rating. May not fully.
He doesn't like this movie.
Whatever. I like it. It's not my favorite of the Disney movies. I did get nostalgia while watching this movie. I remembered all the lyrics of the song, so I'm singing along with it. I just like a lot of other Disney movies more than this, so it's not a knock on this movie being bad. There's other ones I would rate higher, so I can't give this a high grade because the other ones have nowhere to go. So I would say 7.25.
Now we're doing 0.25s. We're doing.
I got to put it somewhere. It's not a 7.5.
Jeez, give it the 0.5. We just give it the 0.5.
Can't do it.
You know what? We should use the CGC system. In the CGC system, we should do the 9.2, 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, and 10. And then we should go to 8.5, 8, blah, 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 till we hit under 2. Then 1.8, 1.5, 1.0.5. We should follow the CGC
This is ours. This is ours. We can do what we want. It's not CGC.
I want a formal format.
Formal? Who's doing that? All right, my number for this while I'm looking up next week's movie, I'm gonna give this movie a 9.0 because I thought it was a great movie. Kept all its feels. The songs kept me good. I'm all about the story and at the ending where it puts me at the end. And I thought it was really, really good. The animation's still up to par, and I give it a 9, which gives all of us an average of 8.25. That's 0.25 above the IMDb. So that's great right there. Brings us to next week.
Here we go.
Good morning, Vietnam. This is my last part of the Robin Williams trilogy. Love this movie. Great movie. So make sure you tune in next week, episode 138, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, for May 18th. Good Morning Vietnam, and I'll finish out my Robin Williams one, and then Phil will be after that. And then tomorrow, New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, episode 141. We got Battle Beast coming out, Transformers, and X-Men. So make sure you tune in. We'll go over all the New Keys, Hot Comics, give you chances to win ducks for that as well. Then on Wednesday, we got New Comic Book Day, episode 142 dropping. That's just a regular video. That's not a live. That'll drop before the live, a couple hours before the live. And then the live on Wednesday, episode 3, Council Comics Live, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. It's just a community hangout. Come hang out with us. We'll talk comics and whatever you really want to talk about. Then on Thursday, around 8:30ish, Fill in the Blanks, episode number 8. We're doing Transformers with C. Bizzle and Green Shirt Guy. I will be hosting that fun one right there. So
It's
make
gonna
sure
be
you
more
tune in. It meets the eye.
It is.
I'm
Because
thinking
maybe I won't draw a Transformer on mine.
I mean, there are other characters. You could draw like Spike with a big robot foot behind him. You know what I mean?
Or I could draw one of the guys from the movies that's a human.
Yeah. What's her name?
If I draw a big gorilla.
What's the name from the Transformer movie? I forgot her name.
What, the
good-looking
girlfriend?
one. Yeah.
Megan Fox?
Megan Fox, yeah.
Yeah. All right, good teenagers. This is worth 2 ducks, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in the comments section. We're going to spin in 15 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I see you, 11. Draw. Round and round it goes.
I'm keeping mine.
See who it goes to, ladies and gentlemen. See who it goes to. Christina Payne.
Hey. I'm excited about that one.
Congratulations, Christina Payne. And that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. We're going over New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week and give you more chances to win some ducks. So, for myself, for C. Bizzle, for Phil, for Green Shirt Guy, for Cliff, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Make the brightest day. When